barley left over from the last mash. But everything will go in whole grain form right into this.
124 proof. The vodka and the gin will be at 80 proof, and then we think the whiskey probably will be in the 90s, and we'd like to do our white whiskey at 100 proof.
The white whiskey is if moonshine had a cousin from the city who was a lawyer. Basically, just a refined, fancy-ass moonshine.
Carl is actually the equipment supplier that we buy from. They're a company called Christian Carl. 2010 is their 141st year in business. They've been making stills a long, long time. German guys. Well, what we've done in our mashing process is basically to make a sugar slurry. Right? But it has all those flavors of the grain, of the corn, of the wheat, of the barley. It has all those flavors. The moonshiners have skipped that step. They've started with sugar. Right, so they can ferment right away. As soon as they put water on the sugar, they can ferment. They already have the sugar. But of course, that leads to a product that doesn't have any flavor. The way they get flavor is to put fruit and sugar and all those other things into it. That's why you see moonshine that always has some sort of fruit in there. Traditionally, what goes into gin, the predominant flavor is juniper berries, and then there's a wide variety of other things like cardamom and pepper and orris,
Coriander, angelica root, lemon peel, lime peel. Really, the only regulation is it has to be, whatever you use has to be predominantly juniper. It has to be 51% juniper. Because you can make gin a couple of different ways. You can steep it, you can put it directly into the still. What we do is called vapor infusion. And as the vapor travels up through that, it'll hit the cheesecloth and it basically be infused with those flavors as it goes over. No, I was very serious. Well, you know, we wanted to use botanicals, as many as possible, that were native to West Virginia. Because I think it's fun, it's funny, and it gives you a story to tell when you're talking about, well, why did you decide to put this in your gin?
We put around with the idea of using ginseng, just because it's sort of a big thing around here. We're not 100% sure. We're in the process of formulating our gin recipe now.
The great miss about vodka is that it has no flavor and it has no smell, and that always blows me away. You know, you pay $40 a bottle for something that has no flavor, and you think that's an advantageous thing. You know, so that's why when you try some of those mass-produced vodkas, as soon as you crack the seal on it and smell it, it smells a little medicinal. So the first thing you notice is the smell. Like I said, it doesn't smell medicinal. It doesn't have that sort of rubbing alcoholish kind of aftertaste. Smells nice and buttery.
But we'd love to see the law change so that we could do liquor by the drink here. Very much like a brew pub where they brew their own stuff and sell them.
Ones that took, 20 meetings.
That was pretty good for 3 weeks.
Bottle, you can taste it.
It's gonna be good.
If